Technical difficulty getting this started up. So I'm going to start by just finishing watering, and then I'll give you a little tour of first time using the stand. There we go. So I'm going to finish up watering and then give you a little tour of what I have, and then we're going to have to change some plant pots. So let me finish with the watering first. If you're in chat, just give a quick hello. Love everybody that comes in. You guys are the best. You already know that. All right. Welcome, everybody. Just a few last setup things. Welcome to the stream. So I'm going to start by just giving a short tour. Now, this is not a gimbal, it's just a stand, so it's going to get a little shaky. Apologies already, ahead of time. Hello, retirement days. So this is my little balcony garden, just kind of give you an idea. Unfortunately, not a ton of space drying up there. So we'll start on this side. I've got a few different types of tomatoes. I kind of just bought whatever was honestly on sale. I do have a few started. You can see one there. You can see one there. You can see the start of a nice big one right there. And some there. Actually, they're doing better than I thought. Kind of one of those in hindsight things. When the flowers were out, I should have got out a brush and got to work. Field wasabi, coriander, I think. I'm not sure what seeds those were. My lettuce is not doing well. It just looks bad. I'm half tempted to pull it up and place it with something else. Basil or lettuce. I'm not really happy with the lettuce, to be totally honest. Mint is growing well. I actually got to trim that. Basil, more species of mint. I just trimmed this one back pretty aggressively. It's already coming back. Parsley, onion greens, and lemongrass. Yeah, I'm going to cover the camera. This is the part that you guys can't see. And then here, the spinach has done really well. That's a sunflower. Spinach, sunflower. So there's also a group of starters for the spinach. So that's actually mainly what we have to move out today. So I'll show you those. So these are what we have to replant because they're getting too big to be in there. They also did, spinach is doing way better than I thought. I'm really tempted to just pull the lettuce, eat it as is, because I don't think, new stand madness. So what I'm going to do is grab some new pots, and we're going to start the planting process, or replanting process. So just wait a moment, please. to move the sunflowers to a bigger pot too. Or this sunflower, we're going to move it to that slightly bigger pot. The sunflowers also proved to be oddly tricky. I was also given a pot with a dead plant in it, so yeah, I can work on that. So, actually, let me grab a bag and dump that. We're going to try a little transferring. Oh, there's the view off my balcony. So, oh, okay, that's not in all the way. New phone stand madness. My previous stand fell out of my bag while I was on my bicycle and got run over by a car. So yeah, had to buy a new stand. The thing I kind of just realizing this morning, since I just got the new stand, is that they, when you first get them, all the screws and stuff are kind of loose, so you gotta actually tighten up and adjust them. So two of these completely need new stuff. Alright, so which one's got more volume? Probably this one. We'll put the sunflowers in here. So this one is, you know, actual soil that I was using. I planted a sunflower in here and it just did not take off for some reason. Same with these. There were sunflowers planted in here. These ones should... Let me get scissors. It'll be easy. I almost feel like with the amount of herbs I have dealing in, I'm gonna want like another drying bag. Egg cartons actually work really, really well for doing starters. There's your environmentalism. Recycle, renew, reuse. Only get one round out of it though, as far as recycling, renewing, and reusing. That's okay. You can see the seeds right there. Oh boy. Okay, maybe not the best way to do that. I am still definitely in the learning phase. Okay. soil a little. Have to be careful to not do what I just did where I cut through the plant itself. That was just sloppy on my part. Yeah, give them each a little more space to breathe. Hopefully they take root. All right. On to this one. Where's my trowel? So I just, at the start of this whole project, the boss just brought a big thing of potting soil. Some just general powdered fertilizer. And I just mix it up, mix, and it's dry. Water. It's like being a kid, you get to play in the dirt. Make sure I'm not cutting through the plant. So this spinach really took off, and my lettuce really has stalled out. There we go. Okay, that one probably should have been transplanted a day or two ago. That shallower one where they're more together, I'm probably going to cut those sooner and eat them more as like a lettuce green, lettuce sprout. Fertilizer is an amazing thing when you think about it. We're able to just turn... Well, the Green Revolution in general is just an amazing thing when you think about it. What do I want to put the sunflower in this one? No, sunflower in the other one. So everybody in the chat, why don't you tell me what you guys are up to? Why don't you tell me a little bit about your projects? Gardening or not, food production or not, you know. What are people up to nowadays? Yeah, I want that one because it's this one's a little bigger and that one's a little thicker. I always get nervous when I'm removing plants from their root systems, like moving their root systems around like that. I could try to spread it out a little more. Yeah. The part that makes me nervous, right? All right. Time to do the sunflower. Yep, that's a pretty big root system. All right, this one actually needs more soil. I'll put a little bit fertilizer in there too. All right, so they are transplanting the sunflower too. Get them in something bigger. Only 2 of the sunflowers actually sprouted. I'm not sure what I did wrong with them. I can't remember how many seeds there were, but like only 2 of them. Only 2 of them out of the whole pack. And actually, now that I think about it, you know, even when I was doing this as a kid, I never had much luck with sunflowers. Never was able to get them to sprout very much. Don't know what it is, or why it is. It's okay. That one came out nice and easy. All right, there we go. Still got 4 lettuce left. All right, those are done. All right, let's grab another. It's getting too hot for lettuce, so I'm going to pull one of the lettuces. I mean, it's not bad, it just isn't getting any better, it's getting worse. I don't know, I've never grown lettuce before. So this might be peak lettuce. This might be what you get. Let's break up the soil a little bit. We're going to plant the last of the spinach in here. I think it's spinach. I'm not actually 100% sure what this plant is. I should have a record somewhere, maybe on a video or something. So I did try to film what I did so I could go back and look later. I was going to make a video about it, but then I kind of just went out the wayside. Also, like, my non-fishing stuff does not get many views. I've kind of already, I guess, made myself into a fishing channel. You know, I wanted to go for the kind of like, oh, outdoor channel, outdoor living, outdoor stuff. And it's like, nah, algorithms decided you're a fishing channel. Sometimes other stuff does okay, but those feel more like flash in the pans. All right, so I'm gonna plant all these little starters in each corner. We'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4. I just kind of have a basic idea what I'm doing. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's not a great root network, I'm going to say. I did kind of pick the stronger ones for the other buckets. Okay, cool. And that's those. Looks good. There's a lot more space to work out here than the actual balcony where I'm growing. So, time to do some inspection on the other plants, I think. Take a look how they're doing. So we've got our replants going. Good. I'm going to throw the starter waste in the trash. Let's get the mint out here. Oh, that smells nice. I love the smell of mint. Alright, so. I gotta work later than most people. Like, my wife's already at work. My neighbors are already at work. So I take this time, if I have projects like this, to use this area because, well, nobody else is. Alright, here's my mint plants. So, very simple. We're going to do some trimming. We're going to start with this one. So, I'm not going to cut them all, but I am going to cut like the taller ones, basically. So, mint, as far as I know and as far as I've experienced, I know that there's always going to be exceptions. You can actually pretty aggressively trim the bigger ones out, and the plant will be fine. Actually, mint's so aggressive you really want to grow it in a container. Otherwise, it can take over like a yard, a field. Pretty quickly. I should have trimmed this a while ago. Yeah, let's trim that one. And this one. It smells so good right now. You wouldn't, well, you probably would believe it if you've grown mint before. How aggressively do I want to cut it? There, give the mint a nice haircut. Let the smaller ones grow up. Yeah, that's enough. It's always, that one too. It's always hard to know how much to trim a lot of these plants. Peppermint, I trimmed that recently, so it's not getting another trim. Apple mint, this stuff is not growing as well. I am going to cut them this big main stalk. Hopefully it encourages something to happen. but so far not much is happening with the apple mint. Yeah, that's part of that. Yeah, the apple mint's not doing as well. It's still enough to make tea. I'm going to try cutting it, see if that encourages any good behavior. I need a different bag for the apple mint because, yeah, look at that guy. Yeah, the peppermint and the mojito mint, I think that's called. They're doing much better. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, not loving what's going on with the apple mint. Oh well. This is just kind of a chance for me to look at and inspect everything. All right. Parsley, wasabi. Wasabi is the one I'm a little nervous about trimming because wasabi's finicky and mine's doing surprisingly well. Here. All right, let's start with the parsley. I already trimmed this once, so let's see. Trim the outsides. I think I'm trimming the right ones. Also, anything that looks kind of dead and yellowish is getting the cut. I might just dry the parsley. I should get another drying hanger. Not sure how good the parsley is doing. I'm not super sure. The other thing too is kind of we have a little bit of we just cut it as we need it mentality with some of the herbs. Like last night we needed not last night, 2 nights ago we needed green onions, so we snipped some green onions. I think these ones can go too. Parsley grew back just fine from its last trimming, so I'm not that worried about it. Give a little trim to the parsley. All right, let's take a look at the wasabi. If you're ever curious what wasabi looked like as far as a plant, this is what it looks like. So I'm a little more nervous with the wasabi because it's kind of a finicky plant, I know. I believe this is a hardy variation, which is good. You need that. So I think it is you trim the outshoot. So I think it's going to be this one. You can eat it. And this one. And then you leave the core pieces. Would it be this one too? I think so. I think this is the one you absolutely have to leave. And then this one, these two. So I think this one goes too. Hope I'm not screwing up. Well, that makes sense because this one's shading everything else. It's already started to coil out. All right, so there's the wasabi. It takes like 2 years for the root to grow enough that you would actually eat the root. So next year, because this was a seedling, so I think it's about 1 year. Wasabi is one of those plants that it's just kind of a pain to grow. So I kind of bought this thing on a whim. It was on sale as a seedling. So that was what got me into this. It's like, oh, I'm going to try to grow wasabi. And so far, it's fine. So far, it's actually doing better than my lettuce, which I'm a little surprised about. But I'm also nervous that at some point, something's going to happen. It's just going to keel over and die. It needs the right amount of water. It needs to be taken in during the winter. It can't be frosted on. Stuff like that. But you can eat the leaves and such, which is good. So you do get something from it while you're waiting for that rhizome to grow. That's the part you really want. The nice, spicy, made into wasabi. In farming, it's becoming more and more common. There's variants that are more hardy, faster growing. This is a hardy version, if I remember correctly. So it's a little harder to kill. Not the one that commands great extreme prices, though. All right, let's get another set of plants. All right, we've got green onion and lemongrass. I'm definitely gonna have to buy another dehydrating bag. So, first up we got green onion. Actually trimmed this one recently. Put in our soup. This is supposed to be good beginner plants. I'm going to kind of trim the rest of this plant. There, trimmed all of that one out. And I'm going to take out kind of the longer ones that are starting to reach out over. Also, going to switch the direction that this is facing. This one's doing really well. I'm going to take a few of the longest. Just do some little trimming Not too much though. All right, that's all I'm gonna do for the green onion. All right, lemongrass. Oh, what am I gonna do for the lemongrass? I'm gonna trim the plant on the right. I also kind of want to do the plants by section so that I kind of have smaller, more frequent harvests. That way we have fresh stuff more often. So I think I trim it here. There we go. Also gives me a chance to see, like, if that, instead of hacking all the plants like that, if that one plant that just kills over and dies, and I know, oh, that wasn't right. I'm still very much in the learn by experimenting phase. I'm not going to take a look at the basil. I trimmed the basil out last night, which was delicious. We had it with tomatoes, not tomatoes I grew, but store-bought tomatoes and mozzarella, and it was marvelous. So I'm also going to debate with myself, which ones of these do I need to dry? Or should I dry? Definitely not the wasabi. Wasabi doesn't get dried. Or at least I don't eat it dry. I want to eat it fresh. Alright, let's bring out the tomato plants. I don't think they need anything done. I'm just going to look at them each time. I'm just going to take a look at each of them. Alright, so I can already tell looking at them, I need to buy new sticks. Those support sticks that you tie them off to. Because this one's starting to get a little rough. I've heard people say to take these off. I've heard people say not to take them off. I'm going to default to now for not taking them off. Oh, I have actually more that are starting to produce tomatoes than I thought. Flowers have closed up. I'm not sure if that's good, like they're going to produce a fruit now, or bad as in they didn't get germinated. Well, those ones are still open. Maybe I should take a little paintbrush and I could try it. This one's doing fine. Oh, the light's weird here. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with either of these guys. No comment. Other than I do need to get the sticks from Daiso and tie these off too, because they're getting a little heavy on one side or the other. Okay, this is the last of the small tomato plants. And no flowers and no tomatoes that I can see. So that doesn't look good. Now the other two tomato plants are quite a bit larger, so we're actually going to not move them. We're going to go over there and inspect them. without moving them. Huh. It's too bad because this tomato looks really yummy. You know what? I don't even remember that thing blooming. I don't remember seeing any flowers on it. All right. Let's go over. Take a look at the big tomatoes. Okay, here. Let me move these out of the way. Lettuce that's not doing so great. Lettuce that's not doing so great. I think that's coriander. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on where all of my plants are, to be totally honest, sometimes. Okay, here's the big tomato. There. He looks nice. Oh. Some of those leaves are really wilted up. Is he not getting enough water? Hopefully it's not a disease or something. Definitely a good thing I have a stick. Huh. Should I be trimming those bottom leaves maybe? They're not... I hope that's not a disease. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of research on that. Figure out if I should be lopping off some of those leaves there because they don't look so good. I mean, should only help it grow taller and straighter. Well, too heavy for that. There's a few tomatoes growing there, not a ton. Not as many as I'd hoped. I feel like just not going to get, you know, I was hoping for tons and tons of tomatoes, so I don't think that's happening. Okay. Let's take a look at this crooked guy. So he's got one decent sized tomato growing there. I think these are supposed to be pretty large tomatoes. You know what? I still have the card here. That doesn't tell me a ton. Oh, yeah, large tomatoes, I guess. And it looks like we got one. Okay, so the tomato growing is not going as good as I'd hoped. All right, let's take a look at the others. Lettuce, doing poorly. Lettuce, doing poorly. I think it's too hot. I'm going to be tempted to just cut the lettuce and put something else in there. Basil, that's doing pretty well. I trimmed that yesterday because we ate basil. Same over here. I cut the top. I think I'm supposed to cut the top, help it grow out. Not quite sure. Coriander, I think. So yeah, that is just about the story. I'll show you what's in the other room. I gotta actually, well, I'll show you what is in the other room for plants. I can't actually show you the things in the other room for multiple reasons. All right, lettuce, sunflower, doing okay. Lettuce. So the two sunflowers that I have going, the one that's better, I'm going to eventually put into a bigger pot. And the one that's not doing as well gets to stay in a small pot. You know, rewards and stuff. So, I'll show you this other project. This damn door. Whatever. Said why I would never close it. So here is a drying rack, and we're drying pineapple, cinnamon coated pineapple. Why is there a ruler out here? Let's see how dry it is. Just have a little tasty taste. Tastes good, not very dry yet. We only started it yesterday. It's gonna take a few days probably. So now I'm thinking I should buy a third rack for, or third layer for some of those herbs. All right, so pretty easy. Now it's time to put things back and then give them a nice water. So I'll be back and forth putting things back out here. There, I'll rearrange it and then I'll give you guys the tour. Or another tour. The tour. Part 2. The retour. You ever unarrange something and then you're like, wait, how did I arrange this all to fit to begin with? I'm having that moment right now. Where you're like, I had everything packed in so nicely. That's right. See here. See. Put that there. Here, back there. All right. There we go. I guess that's how everything fit together. I think. Not 100% on that. As far as what's in the window, I'm going to do that now. So the sunflower is, can't show you guys this part of the apartment. Work would get angry. Saw some documents on my desk. There we go. Forgot to put the wasabi plant back out on the porch. Because wasabi needs shade, I kind of put it under the tomatoes. Oh, I'm actually suddenly not really liking that rearrangement. Yeah, I'm going to put these back where they were. And this. Put that one and the other new one. Great, great. There we are. All right, I got to move you through the part of the building I can't show you. Maybe I was being slightly paranoid, but like there's documents on my desk that really I cannot show. I know there's stuff in my office too. And to add to it, my office is just plain messier than the rest of the house. Yeah, put this guy here. Give the wasabi. Try to keep the wasabi in some shade. And more slipper she insists on. I've got more soil than I could possibly ever use. Been tempted to try to grow something like right out our door. Alright. Sorry, it's not a gimbal, so. Alright, lettuce, we can eat that. That's not real. So as far as what we got, just from trimming. Lots of mint. The mint needed a trim. Lemongrass. Green onions. Parsley. Thing of apple mint. I'm not sure what's going on with the apple mint. Wasabi. Wasabi leaves. So, next steps. Buy a dryer. Another drying rack. We get the parsley dried. Get the lemongrass dried, maybe. Make tea out of the apple mint. You know, important things. Clean up before my wife freaks out. Well, she won't get home for a while. Alright, everybody. Thank you for coming today. Hopefully I'll have other live streams in the future about picking tomatoes. Anyways, if you're watching this replay, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in our next adventure.